Hey guys, Superior Dave here, coming at you with another Superior Deck Tech. Today we're going to go over a deck that got a little help from the recent buffs and nerfs, or burfs if you will, and that is Pure Libram Paladin. Although this deck is by no means a tier 1 break the game deck, it's far from the meme that people like to joke it is. I played this list a lot in top 500 Legend, and it does amazing against Enraged Warrior. Honestly, like one of the best Enraged Warrior counters. It's pretty funny. And it also does okay against Demon Hunter, which is always a plus. But it does seem to struggle against Priest and Rogue, which you will be seeing on ladder, so you just gotta know that going in. But if you're in like a super heavy Enraged Warrior pocket meta, or just want to have fun with a Paladin deck, because when was the last time Paladin was relevant on ladder, then this is the deck for you. Basically, we're a mid-range deck that wants to curve out while discounting our Librams, gaining incremental advantage against our opponent, and smacking them in the face until we win. Against aggro, you want to lean more into healing and playing defensively until your opponent gets lower on resources. We actually have an insane amount of healing, probably like the best healing in the game, just between like Amber Watcher and Bronze Explorer, especially if you buff the Bronze Explorer with like Hand of Adal or Libram of Wisdom. Then you come in with the discounted Libram of Hope, and many aggro decks will just concede when it comes down because between the healing and the big body, it could just lock them out of the game. Against slower decks, you want to play more aggressively because even though we have a lot of hand reload with Lightforged Crusader and Lady Liadrin to go a long game, I don't think we could actually keep up with the value some of these other decks, mainly Galakron Priest, can produce. And if you're curious, in my list, I only run one Lightforged Crusader because I found that my hand was getting like way too full, and I wasn't able to get value from Lady Liadrin, which I found to be a more reliable way to close out games than Crusader, especially if you can discount Libram of Wisdom to 0 and cast it a bunch of times. You get a handful of Librams, and you can use that to push face damage, or like you just make a big threat every turn, and like the instant your opponent can't answer one of those giant threats, they just lose the game. But anyways, in both aggro and slower matchups, I find that we want to always be maximizing tempo. Which is hard because Paladin is really bad at generating tempo, but we have two ways to do this. The first is Lightforged Zealot, which is the big reason to play Pure Paladin, at least in my opinion. Many people on stream were coming in to ask me, like, hey, David, why don't we throw in some Wild Pyros here and just not go Pure Paladin? And my response was always the Lightforged Zealot. Many people think that Lightforged Crusader is the big Pure Paladin payoff card, and while, it's good at generating value, I think tempo is more important and by far what Paladin struggles with the most after card draw. The Lightforged Zealot allows you to develop a body on the board while also clearing off one of your opponent's minions. It's just very powerful, and again, the reason to play Pure Paladin. The other way of sort of generating tempo is with the Libram of Justice Consecration combo. This is like the new Consecrate Equality combo because it clears your opponent's board. But I say this is better because, it leaves your board intact, and you also get the weapon, which could be important in some situations. So, if you do this while you have the board, you just generate a lot of tempo, and you can really blow opponents out of the game. This is also really like our only comeback combo, so you got to be careful when you use your Libram of Justices and your Consecrations. The mulligan for this deck is super straightforward and pretty much the same for aggro and control decks. First, no matter what the matchup is, you always keep Aldor Attendant. The newly buffed Aldor Attendant is truly one of the MVPs of this deck. Of course, it's great to discount your Librams, but just the fact that we have a premium stat of 1-drop that we can use to contest the board in the early game has helped this deck immensely. Then you really want to make sure you can curve out, so mulligan for things like Imprisoned Sungill, Shopbot, or Bronze Explorer as well, so you can contest the board in the early game against aggro, or apply pressure against control decks. I think you also want to keep Underlight Angling Rod against aggro decks to contain these aggressive board states, which is important because we don't have much in terms of AoE. On the coin, you want to also keep Lightforged Zealot because coining out the Zealot on turn 3 is just a huge tempo play and allows you to often take the board going into the mid-game against most decks. And then specifically against Demon Hunter, it's totally okay to keep Consecration since most of their early game minions have 2 or less health. Okay, now we're going to get into some gameplay here, but before we do that, drop a like if this video helped you out because it really helps me out. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments below or over on Twitch where I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Link will be down in the description. And also subscribe, really helps me out. Now time for that superior gameplay. Priest, fantastic. So, I mean, if we could curve out early, then I find that this game goes well. Do I keep this? At least like we have like a 2-drop and something to curve into, then we might be able to get more cards off this. So I think I will give it a shot. I don't know, I think this is like better against aggro, just for like containing the board, but I mean we'll have to see what we'll see how this goes. I don't know, Priest is just not very favored. Because like they could just steal they could like Shadow Madness one of our dudes who's buffed with Librams, and then they like trade it into one of our dudes, and then we just lose our Librams. So you gotta be very mindful of that. Like I will actively not buff minions to 3 attack. Or I will like make sure my minions have more than 3 attacks so they can't Shadow Madness them. Because it's just so annoying when they do steal them. Oh man, okay. Wow, that was very good for us. Okay, I think now I will actually keep this more in the Priest Mulligan. If people are, like, if this is, like, he thinks he can get away with stuff like that, we are going to punish that. Hopefully he has no other plays. Hopefully, like, that was, like, his, like, desperate, like, early game play, and he just heals his face. In that case, oh.
We are all bound to fate.
Fantastic, he hasn't invoked at all. I'm gonna miss one Murloc from this, but I think that's not a big deal. The big thing is we got rid of his Sethic Veilweaver, which is one of his big value cards. I think I'll just Lightforge Zealot and like trade in, and then he'll probably like Shadow Madness. This guy, like him playing this stuff down. I think he's trying to set up like an Apotheosis or something. I don't know. It's sort of weird. It seems like he thinks like we could like be a lot more aggressive than we actually are. He could just chill this game, you know. He doesn't really need to do much, and he could like eventually beat us. But he's just throwing stuff down. So, he might not know how to play against our deck. I'm really worried about what he stole from us. Hopefully he stole like Lightforge Zealot or something he can't use. If you got a Libram card, that'd sort of suck. But not really. I mean, the Libram of Wisdom is sort of annoying when they have the Sethic Veilweaver out when they steal that, because then they could like Libram Sethic Veilweaver on the Sethic Veilweaver and get more cards. Oh my god, he's just very slow hand. So we're gonna see a bunch of our own cards used against us here. But we got the Aldor Trueseeker. We're just gonna smack him in the face. Do I smack him with this? I'll probably hold up the weapon. I could slap him in the face if I wanted to, but I'm a little worried. I don't want to just I want to be able to make sure I could answer his threats. And if he, so help me God, okay. I was like, if he got a Libram here, like a Libram that could like buff a minion, like okay, this Libram, whatever, it doesn't really matter too much. Any of the other ones I would have been very upset about. Let's do this.
I cannot wait to read these.
Now it's a question of, do we clear this off? If the Apotheosis is this, it goes to, let's see, 2-3 goes to 6 health.
I wonder.
We'd probably have to use this to clear it off, so I think I will not. I think I will actually take the swing here. And we'll just Amber Watcher. And I did that because, like, he would have been able to heal up and then also, like, he could smack into one of my dudes. He's actually getting low on life, though, so he might not want to smack into a dude. You gotta be careful with the Libram of Hope in this matchup, just because of a card like Mind Flayer. If they get like the Mind Flayer on the Libram of Hope, they could get a Libram of Hope themselves, like the 8/8 with Divine Shield taunt, and that is really tough. We don't deal with those minions sort of well. Paladin always struggles with like minions that need to like get 2 hits to like that need like that have like a Divine Shield and like Divine Shield or like a Death Rattle that summons like another minion. Paladin's just not good at clearing those minions off. So I might actually hold back on this, and I'll probably play like the Lightforge Crusader. This is actually a matchup where we want the Crusader too, so this worked out pretty well. Because typically, like, this is too slow. Crusader's like actually like, looking at the stats, someone was telling me that it's one of the worst performing cards in the deck. I think because like most matchups, like this isn't gonna let us outvalue Priest, you know. And it's too slow against a lot of other decks, but it is good when like in like these sort of situations. We do need like some reload in this deck. And it provides that for us. And now we just slap this down.
Impurity will not be tolerated.
This is all sort of good. I mean, this is good because the Blessing of Might, if we get Lady Liadrin, we could get a second Blessing of Might. I'm gonna trade. I think Priest is like a deck that where you really do want to trade off with their minions. Just because Apotheosis is a card. So let's see. These are renewal cards. I like how the tracker shows you where these cards came from now. Very, very helpful. And, you know, we have if one of these minions stick, this Blessing of Wisdom would be nice. I feel like he's just going to Soul Mirror, though. Oh. Oh, no. He's going to... Oh, wow, that sucked. Feels Priest, man. You know, this is where we just dump stuff out.
I cannot wait to
Get you down. Get you down. We just need minions to stick around here so we could, like... Because we need to draw cards with Blessing Wisdom, which is usually a bad card. But it's actually okay right now. Redemption. Oh, Redemption's good. And we'll just play out the second. Oh. If he has... I mean, if he Murazons this, we'll know what all the secrets are, so it's not that great. We'll make a dude.
Reporting for duty.
And now we also have we have our Libram of Justice too, so if he plays like a big dude, we can clear it off pretty easily. And I might even drop the Righteousness next turn. Who would have thought Righteousness might actually get played in a game of Hearthstone, guys? And you know, we're doing really well right now, but you can never count out Priest. Priest is Priest. You know, we all know what Priest can do, and it's not fun, but we do our best. And if we're talking about like what our best is, you know, this is sort of what it is. He sort of like fumbled out of the gates in the early game. We had answers that he sort of underestimated our deck. Alright, something needs to stick here. This needs to die. This needs to die because if he gets a renewal on this, we're going to be in big trouble. So I will drop this Libram of Justice and just face tank this damage. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. Boom, scammed. Ooh. Ooh, man, I really, really, really want to smack him in the face with this 4 damage. I guess we'll get dudes with the Imprisoned Sungill. But if I take this 4 damage, I could get a Blessing Wisdom and draw a card right now, and that seems really good in itself too. I think we do this. This is a tough one. I'm considering just getting 1 draw off this. Or I could Libram of Hope now. I think I will actually... Nah. I'm gonna do this. Because this is a minion that will survive a Soul Mirror. And then we will almost... Actually, no, we'll be 1 off lethal if this sticks around. Because we have the 4 here. Actually, no, we have lethal. We'll have lethal. If this sticks, if he just Soul Mirrors... I guess if he heals his... He could, like, heal his face, too. That would sort of suck. But, I mean, we're looking pretty good. We are applying the pressure that we need to be applying. We are being the aggressor in this matchup. But again, you got to be careful with Priest. You can never count Priest out. I'm feeling a Soul Mirror coming in. Oh! Oh my god. That's even better. Kill this, please. Hit this. Oh my god. Okay. Now we're in business. Now we are in business here. This happens. This happens. I might even drop the Righteousness now. Oh! Actually, that might have not been good because now we could kill this with a Shadow Word Death. But, you know, such is life. I'm going to go for... I think I do go for this. I guess I fumbled there because now my reinforcement, my Silverhand Recruit won't have the Divine Shield. We smack him in the face. We smack him in the face because we have the Libram of Justice right now.
Reporting for duty.
And then... Let's see.
Move quickly.
If he could mind steal this. This could be the 10 mana card that steals the dude. So if I throw the Libram of Wisdom on here, I could lose the Libram of Wisdom. But if I put it on here, he could steal it. So I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna leave it there. The Divine Shields on these guys make it really it's annoying for Priest to clear these guys off now. Like if he has to have like 2 pieces of removal, and I guess we haven't really seen much removal so far, so he could have it. And we also have this Libram of Justice to push 1 damage face. It could be relevant here. It has been relevant in games for me in the past, and it seems like it will be relevant here now. Again, being very careful with this Libram of Hope. 1 Mind Flayer, and we feel really bad. Oh, no. Oh, God, that was so annoying. Well, now I'm really happy I didn't use this Libram of Wisdom. Wow. A card in Priest that you should totally play around all the time because they will randomly generate it. And he can't Soul Mirror. Kronks. You could like Kronks and ping this. That would really suck. And now if we have lethal with Underlight Angling Rod. Lethal with Underlight Angling Rod. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Please. That is not it. We have to kill this. We have to kill this.
For justice.
And we do this. And
Reporting for duty.
I could Libram of Wisdom this, but again, Shadow Word Death. Now he has to have Time Rip to kill this. And we actually, if this sticks around, this is like super innocuous. If this sticks around, we have lethal. He probably assumes that we don't have Libram of Wisdom though, just because like, hey, we haven't played, like, why didn't we play it that other turn? I wonder what he thinks this card is. Oh man, so close, so close. He has no heals, which is great. Unless he runs Wild Pyro, but are these decks running Wild Pyro? I don't know. Okay, so he's digging. He's digging. We're really hoping for no lifesteal. Huh. You know, I'm not entirely sure how that interaction worked, but I will 100% take it. Oh my goodness. So I guess I don't know how that happened, guys. I don't know how that happened. Someone let me know down in the comments what just happened there. But we won. We beat a Priest. Oh my goodness. Priest is not a favorite matchup. You know, I was talking the whole game about why it's not favored. But you know, if the Priest doesn't draw well and we have an aggressive start like we did, then we can make it happen. And I think we did a really good job there. And I think you guys got to see like the strengths of this deck as well as like some of the weaknesses, I think. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck guide, and I will see you in the next one. Later.